think about how much revolves around school calendars and schedules. Kids' lives, their parents' employers' lives, their teachers' lives. And those plans, they are shifting by the day. Aurora schools announced today that they are going to push back their start by a week. Denver hinted that they might do the same thing. Our Marshall Zellinger today invited 9 metro area school districts to a virtual roundtable of sorts to talk about their shifting plans. Denver, Jeffco, and Boulder Valley pulled up a chair.
Imagine preparing for a test by reading the 61-page assignment, just to find out the 61 pages could be outdated and changed by tomorrow. That's Denver Public Schools' district implementation plan.
The plan that you've seen that's online is getting updated on a regular basis based on the best information we have at that time.
Deputy Superintendent Mark Ferrandino explained why DPS is considering delaying school 1 week to August 24th, indirectly because of COVID-19. Really, it's the heat issues DPS has every year in its 50 schools without air conditioning.
Usually in some of those buildings, we don't have air conditioning. We can use swamp coolers or fans that help to circulate the air. Those are not recommended.
That's part of the 61-page plan, with the health requirements in red. Fans and swamp coolers may pose a risk of promulgating the spread of COVID-19. Also in this implementation plan, health screenings before students get on the bus, a warning that playground equipment won't be disinfected because of staffing limitations, and health office requirements, 1 cot per 400 students, a dedicated bathroom nearby, a sink with hot and cold water, and an area for 6 students. Boulder Valley School District has a 17-page reintroduction plan. It breaks scenarios down into 5 phases. Phase 1 was back in March, no in-person learning. Phase 3 is part in-school, part remote. Students' health is monitored, but temperatures are not checked at the door. Phase 5 is likely when there's a vaccine.
What's it like to plan like this, to know like tomorrow suddenly something could change, and then the next day something could change on top of that?
I would say that that's actually been every day since March 1st, very honestly. We're trying to make sure that students have an experience that is pleasant and school-like, at the same time making sure that everybody is very safe and follows the protocols that are outlined for us.
Jeffco Schools is also preparing for in-person learning, but mindful of teachers and students who don't plan on coming back yet.
We're trying to match up the teachers and staff who request a remote assignment with the students that request a remote assignment, and then do the same thing for the in-person staff and the in-person students. We're modeling our practices after places that have been successful in reopening. The difference is those nations were able to get the virus under control in the larger community. That's something that the United States has struggled with.
I asked each district how much notice they want to give parents or students if there are going to be any changes to the calendar. I kind of got shrugs from all of them. They want to give as much as possible, but I got the impression if something happens the day before, parents and students are going to find out the day before. No district plans COVID testing for students. Aurora, as we heard yesterday, will do that twice a month for staff. Denver wants to be able to say the same. They don't yet. Other districts are also working on possibility of testing for staff.
And Marshall, as Dr. Glass there from Jeffco pointed out to you, we still have the situation where we do not have control of this virus. I mean, there's an entire segment of society that's just like, yeehaw, pass the Rona. So even once you get kids back in class, they could get that phone call or that email saying, not tomorrow. We've activated Schedule 5, Section 2.
And that's where the testing will come into play, because it's going to be up to the parents to get the students tested if one of their children have the symptoms. But until they get that positive test, these quarantine scenarios don't come into play until the school finds out, yes, we have a positive test, not just the symptoms, but a positive.
Yeah, you can see a situation where kids are back and forth, in and out of class this fall. Marshall, thank you.